Er staat nog steeds waiting for LRR Racing.
Hij is publishing broadcast 30%. Ik weet niet omdat hij dat zo doet. 60.
Oh, dat is raar.
Ja.
Ja, ik zie LRR Racing stream starting soon.
Perfect.
Ik hoor...
Alrighty. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are tonight at basically Bathurst in Australia, looking at the moment at free practice for our first, or actually second season already, as for racing GT3 championship. And next to me I got this evening as co-hosts Sean from Game Rivals. Hi Sean.
Hi J.Hub, how are you?
Good, yourself?
I'm good, I'm good.
We are hot.
Yeah, it's different than the Dutch weather here.
Oh, you can definitely say it here. No raining and pouring, only sunshine and kangaroos. So yeah, we're doing good. Maybe to introduce yourself, Sean. What's bringing you here tonight?
I am Sean Templar. I am from the podcast Game Rivals. I helped you guys stream, I think, 2 or 3 races last year, and we decided to do a commentary this season. So I'm really looking forward to it. In general, I am a Formula 1 fan, so I'm pretty new to GT3. But I am thinking about hopefully next season participating in your GT3 season, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Nice,
that's basically me.
So, and if I'm knowing correctly, you're still waiting for your first steering wheel for the next season, right?
I am, yes. You all laugh at me because I use a joystick for the race games. And that's not something that you can use for Assetto Corsa, I've noticed. But yeah, I'm thinking about buying a race steer, not a fancy podium or something, just something simple to get started. You know, you have to make the miles and learn it and ease into it. So, but I've got a lot of advice from you guys on what to buy. So hopefully soon I'll be able to try that out.
Absolutely, yeah. That's the ease to get into there. Just start with not that expensive stuff. Get the feeling. Go and enjoy the racetracks. Enjoy the class you drive in, of course. You can probably also Formula 1. And
hopefully
get better. Definitely.
Yeah.
So myself, just to get to guys to know me, J.Hub, driver in this season's first GT4 season. Last season, of course, GT3. Ended up 9th, so knowing this league quite familiar. I'm quite familiar with this league and knowing the drivers, some of them quite personally as well already. So yeah, looking forward to be your host for this season as well, on the GT3 championships. Alright, let's have a look at our track for today. So probably, if I'm right now, we should see. Yeah, with us. Oh, that's the wrong one that we want to. We're going to this one first. We are today in Australia, as we mentioned before. So Australia itself, probably everybody knows where it is on the map. If we go a little closer, we are on the east side of Australia. We go a little closer as well. We see that we are on the surroundings. Actually, it's around roughly 160-170 kilometers west of Sydney. Located is Mount Panorama Circuit, or otherwise called as Bathurst. So go to the track itself. It's a lot of hills. So if I'm correct, Sean, it's 176 meters up, 176 meters down.
I believe you are correct, and it's also a pretty long circuit. It's 6.2 kilometers, and for the people in miles, that's 3.8 miles. The circuit was built in April of 1938, so it's a pretty old circuit.
Wow. Yeah, you see, it's a lot of tight corners.
Yeah.
Could you take us through where are we going to pass after start-finish this round?
So we'll start at the main straight, and then the first top corner we go into is called Hell's Corner, which is a pretty tight hairpin or tight corner from what it looks like. And then we go down straight onto the mountain straight, going into Griffin's Bend after that word, heading into the cutting as they call it. This is all pretty new for me, so bear with me. And then up in the over the quarry corner into it's a long piece into Skyline. Moving from there, we'll go into the Dipper, and then heading into another corner called Forest Elbow onto a long straight called Conrad Straight, and then going from the Chase all the way down to Murray's Corner and heading back into the main straight past the pit building.
Perfect. Well, sounds good to me, right?
Yeah, I think it's funny for you, but like I tried it to play this track with the controller, which is pretty crazy to try it, and it was funny that like on the straights I was able to navigate it, but like going into these really tight corners, sometimes I was able to navigate, but like the last part of the track I would always just go up into the gravel. I think it's the difference of having a racing steer in your hands and a controller. You just can't make the turn to get into there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and later on we also have like a track guide of the quickest GT3 track time set here, so we'll wait a little bit for that, and we'll see how somebody in real life is going around here. Just to have a look in what's going on in free practice at the moment. Still 11 minutes and counting. So Tommy Schetz, probably a lot of you guys watching the stream already know him, quite famous from last season as well. He finished also here first with a 2.01 in quali last year. So quite quick. If you see already in his free practice, he's even quicker than last year. So he probably found some gaps in his quali run last year, or practice even more. So second at the moment is A. Smith, sorry for the pronunciation about that. Only just below 1 second slower than Tommy Schetz at the moment, and Chris Downing in number 3, who unfortunately did not make top 3 quali this year, so he has definitely got an eye on the prize at the moment. So let's see, 10 plus minutes if he can still make it in quali as well in this number. So Sean, looking at the track, people driving at the moment, what does it show you?
It's for now it's pretty quiet. I saw that there was a slight moment there, just like maybe 30 seconds ago, that the Ferrari got bumped up a little bit off the track, so they had to make a small adjustment there. I'm really curious to see what's going to happen when we go into quali, and if it's going to be the same grid as last year, if Tommy Schetz will get P1, of course. If we look at last year, it was Tommy Schetz that had P1 with a 2.01. Jordi Sanders had P2 with a 2.0152, so like a couple of thousandths behind Tommy. And then we had and let me pronounce this right, I think it's Enzo Benvenuti, who was on P3 with a 2.02, and that was our top 3 places in quali. I'm checking if I can see what they are doing right now, because I don't know, we can cut to it somewhere that we can see what these 3 people are doing right now. We know that Tommy Schetz is currently faster than he was last year. Is there a way for us to pull up Jordi Sanders? Jordi Sanders has no time set yet, I can see that.
I think he is still not on the track in his fast mode. Tommy Schetz definitely quicker than last year in quali, 2.00 with 6.4.
And can we see Enzo Benuti? He is...
Sure, definitely, we can. He is in place number 4 with a 2.025 at the best time at the moment.
Okay.
In front of him, Martijn Breuker, watching now, one of the less Row Racing team members in his league. Let me see.
Oh, he's driving a nice GTR by the looks of it. He was in the Ferrari last season, I believe, and now he's in the Nissan.
Absolutely, yeah, he made the switch.
Nice.
Let me see Orizona's still not set the best time, so we have to wait for that to see what's going on there. Also, we got a quite old familiar driver back on track, Anthony Pellicano, back from last season when he stopped during the season due to circumstances, is back on the track with us again. Great to see him again. Ilko Verhoeven at the moment in 16 with a 205. What do we got else? A lot of new names here, so I have to get familiar with those guys and their speeds and times over here. So Tommy Schets at the moment P1 in practice, Thomas Kirkshanks number 2, Chris Downing quite quick as well in number 3, and Enzo Bonfinuti and Azor van Velden following at 4 or 5, but just little margins in between. So of course this is still practice, doesn't say anything, track isn't probably optimum or fast at the moment. Let's see what's going on in just a little while for quali. Just follow those guys to see if there is something coming up or quicker times. We'll keep you updated on that. So any familiar names or views from you, Sean, regarding last season? You also saw a couple of races, right?
I did. I watched a couple, and I can see. I remember Chris Downing. I remember Enzo Benvenuti. I remember you. You drove a pretty good season last year.
Well, thank you.
I remember M. Breuker, of course, driving in a Ferrari. People that know me know that I'm a pretty big Ferrari fan from Formula One. I'm pretty sad that they're not doing as well as they're used to this season, but you know, I have a special place for the prancing horses. Let's see who we have more on the grid. I think Dombrowskis, is that a new driver?
Yep, he definitely is.
That's a new driver? Yeah, he's check what he's driving in. He is driving in a Mercedes AMG, nice. And then we have Jay Ellis in the Audi, is also nice. And let's see. Oh, I didn't know there was even a Lexus for the GT3 class. Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. The Lexus. We've got 2 drivers this season. I don't know if they're both in already. Lee Milano from Denmark and Morphy from the Netherlands, also both driving in the Lexus GT3 at the moment.
Nice. Yeah, I saw that we have a couple of teams this season. Of course, some teams have a name. So we have the BRL Racing Mercedes team. We have Foxworth Motorsport, Audi 1 and 2. We have, of course, the Lasro Racing Nissan team. And then we have Team Aston Martin 1 and 2. Team Audi 1, 2 and 3, I believe. Team Bentley, which has, of course, Chris Downing, which is a good driver from last season. Team BMW, Team Ferrari 1 and 2. This year we have Team Honda, which has Tommy Schets, which is the winner of last season, and also the one that's currently leading the pack in free practice. And then Team, this is of course how you pronounce it, Lamborghini or Lamborghini 1 and 2. You just mentioned Team Lexus, and then we also have Team McLaren. I think you drove a McLaren last season, right?
No, unfortunately.
Or was it in the GT4 practice sessions that you tried out a couple?
Yeah,
that was it. Yeah.
No, unfortunately it was the Aston, but it didn't deliver what I was requesting from the last season. Next
yeah.
Yeah, we
this year you're driving a Porsche in GT4, right?
Yeah.
That's our last team. Van Apeldoorn Team Porsche. Yeah, nice.
Only I've moved back to GT4, so a little slower, but a little more on the mechanical grip instead of the aerodynamic grip. Nice to try out, nice DLC I have to say for this game as well. But I will see how Van Apeldoorn Racing Team, A van der Velde and De Wielaert are doing this season as well. And just to clarify a little bit about the teams that we got, so we basically made teams based on drivers and bookings, and teams that came forward with names as well. So probably if there are players and drivers within this league who feel like they want to change their team, I don't know if we can, but you also can request it in the Discord link for this league as well, of course.
Yeah, and I think that the Discord channel, that's I've been on Discord for a while, and I've been in different kind of discords, but I really love to see is that the Last Row Racing Discord is really alive. So a lot of the drivers are actively participating, sharing a lot, just talking about the race and other stuff. And there's a lot of information out there. So if you're pretty new or if you're thinking about signing up, if there are any spots left, I think there are a few spots left in GT4. That the Discord is like the best place to start and just slowly just read up and gradually get into it. What is happening there in free practice?
We got Pelicano who was spinning around a little there.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, we call it free practice for free practice.
Indeed, better to have it now than in quali. Nice of Chadari to be a sportsman. In the chat, he says, "Hey, sorry about that." So that's pretty nice sportsmanship.
Absolutely, yeah. That's what it's all about, being a clean driver and giving respect and having that gentleman agreement when spinning or hitting somebody to give that an advantage back on the track. So we'll see how that went in the race as we progress.
Nice. We are almost 2 minutes out to quali. That's gonna get exciting. Oh.
Yeah, still Tommy Schetz at the moment with his time 2.00.64 at number 1 in the number 1 spot. Well, that is definitely a tough one to compete with, I can tell you that one.
I see that Jordi Sanders has put in a time.
Did he? Let me have
Yeah, I see.
Jordi Sanders at 10.203 at the moment. Well, with this car and his driving ability, I feel there's more in the pocket for him today.
I know it.
Let's see what's going on there. What do we else got? So the pack actually is grown from last season. We had 13 registered drivers that finished last season on the circuit. And at the moment we have today 25 active drivers on track or in the pit. So that's quite a progressive since last season. And we are, I can tell you that, very proud of the results that we are booking for this season as well. Alright, so only 1 minute left and a cooldown of probably 1.5 minutes. So we're moving into qualifications. We are very keen on seeing results this year for the top 3 of last year. Let's see if they can compete with all the new drives that we got and where they will stand. So most drivers still hovering in the pits.
I think the Audi is the only one left on track in the R8, right?
Yeah, we got a
number 12 in this case.
We got Ilko Hogeveen as well, still on track, and Van Geff is still driving. So a couple of their roster is still there. Also some old names from last season. So this is quite a good mix with people that we knew and people that we don't know yet and what to expect from. So we are very looking forward to see the competition thriving through this season as well.
Still have to get used to the sound of those engines. I'm used to those Formula 1 engines.
That's Mo lowers.
Well, I must say, some do really sound like a Malo, like the Red Bulls and the Ferraris.
Absolutely, I can agree more, yeah. Alright, so moving through, free practice done. We got a final result almost coming in, 2 minutes cooldown period. But probably the top 3 will not be broken at the moment for this free practice. So Tommy Schetz 2.00, Thomas Krushank 2.01, quite close actually, just over a second in between, and Chris Downing with a 2.02 at the moment. So this will and get be interesting for quali, I can imagine. Well, the last guys making the last meters for this practice session, and we'll go and have a look what's going on in quali in just a short while.
Only 60 seconds left before we can switch to quali.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, Delgado is also pulling into the pit, and there we are, session starting.
Green light.
And quali is officially started.
Quali is starting, definitely.
Wow,
No
that's
kidding.
fast.
It's that easy in sim racing, Sean. Okay, here we go.
I see drivers off.
Let's see who is first on track at the moment.
Oh,
Nope, not him. Eddie is on track already, yep. He's taking the higher advantage on the viewing points at the moment. All on the outlap, of course. Just see if they can keep the car nice and tightly on the track. Warm up the tires, get the tire pressure right. So I can tell you out of experience, this track is hard, but then really hard on your tires. All those tight corners, driving up, braking late, and as well, of course, on the second and the third part of this circuit with the downhill corners to the left and right that are very narrow. Also quite hard is this track for overtaking, as you can see here. If you don't brake on the right moment or in the right time, you will be hitting that wall for sure, I can tell you that.
I can tell from my experience with the controller, but I hit the wall pretty often.
Absolutely, absolutely. Alright, so Alex Smith going down in his outlap. Krushank, we got Chris Downing still on the straight up, so he is a little later there. See Martin Weldinger also driving through part 2 and 3 of the circuit. Sectors coming down quickly, so we'll keep a pace on that. And then we have Joris Sanders also warming up in his outlap. Van Geffen in his Bentley again, if I'm not incorrect.
Benvenuti is the only BMW in this race.
Yeah.
Nice.
We got Pelicano also here in his Ferrari. Will make you proud to see this.
Go Ferrari!
Alright, here we go. Start finish, round 1. Let's see what Alex Smith can do. Follow him through. Bruggen as well, following now. So sector times of course are not there yet. First sector will be blocked off in just a little while.
Yeah, we just went 130 through that corner.
Yeah, you can take them high speeds as well if you take the right braking point on the circuit. Definitely you can take that speed into the corner, that's for sure. Alright, switch to Thomas Krushank, still driving up. Then we got Martijn Breuker here downhill already. Let's see what his best time will be for this lap and if he can make the top 5 or possibly top 10 with his lap time. Downhill, a fast rider, and then into the braking area for that tight left turn upwards. Here we go. Can he keep it right and tight? Yes, he can.
Nice. That's a smooth. Smooth.
So his pace at the moment 154 and counting. Last corner left onto straight finish. Keeping it tight and nice.
That's a 2:03.87.
Well, that isn't bad, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
You're probably proud knowing him on this time as well.
I see Chris Downing put in a 2:02. Oh wow, Tommy Schets 2.0.
Going like a rocket.
Yeah.
Alex Smith, Oosterbrugge coming over. This
Madsen in P3.
Yep. And Madsen at 4, just beaten by Chris Downing, Esa Nokalainen with a 2:02 as well in his Ferrari. What we got here, Smith coming through, Eddie Oosterbrugge, Krushank is Just passing start finish with a 2:04.8. Not bad at all at this moment. We still got 4.5 minutes on this quali left. It's only a 10-minute quali, so probably you get around roughly a 2-lap gap for that set time. So Tommy Sched still at 1. Then we got Esa Nukulina at 2 with a 2:02. So 2-second difference between the number 1 and 2. That gives it all, guys. That gives it all.
Oh, Baldinger! Oh!
Yep.
He hit the barrier.
Yep. That
Uh-oh.
was a little
And he
bit.
went back to the pit. Uh-oh.
Transform back to the pits. Chris Downing in his nice Bentley. Getting up.
That's a nice livery he has there. I like the red.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with the livery system in this game, it's all about the custom livery to dress yourself in your colors that you feel proficient with to drive in. It's not that much you can choose from, but that you can choose from is all up to you, of course.
Yeah, you showed me the one you're using in GT4, which is really nice with the blue turquoise one. That's a really nice color you got there.
I have to say, probably we're hoping for a more custom way of creating your car, but
I see Chris Downing has moved to P2.
Oh yep, he did, definitely.
Nice.
2:02.0, so that's quite quick. At ASA we have Gus Dambrunskis, if I pronounce it right, sorry for that. On number 4, Jamie Ellis at number 5, still in pits. Hazel van der Velde, 2:02, quite quick. 2:02.9 at place 7. Van Geffen, 2:03.3. 7, Alex Smith, 2:03 back in pits. And we got Madsen, 2:03.4, and Arnes Morkis with a 2:03.4 as well. So quite close, all of that, but still with a 2:00 from Tommy Sched. Far out of the league of the number 2 and 3 at the moment. So we'll see if that brings something new in the second round. That probably will enter the time frame of now. Set your second run in.
I think they're missing you in the race. I think just somebody posted in the Discord asking where you are. Clearly they're not listening to the stream, otherwise they'd know where you are.
Yeah. Let's see what we got. So back in the field in 2:08 at the moment for P. Martins and his Audi R8. Definitely driving up, if I'm not mistaken, from last season, and then we got Christoph Breitlands before him with a 2:05. So some time to improve there to get up in that number for Mr. Martins himself.
Am I seeing this correct that there are 3 people that haven't put in a quali time yet?
Yep, you're fully
Benvenuti, Sanders, and I missed the last one.
Yep, and Arnes Morkis with the number 23 at the moment, and 4 and 25 who didn't put in time, so probably or having problems keeping on track, or hit the wall at this moment. So we'll see if they can put a time in there. We got somebody put a time in there, and that was what's the third name I told you, Sean?
It was, we have Jordi Sanders, we had Benvenuti, and we had the third one I missed because we switched on that one.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah,
is that Marcus?
Martins is already in the time zone at 2:08.
I think he's called Marcus?
Marcus, that's the one.
Yeah. Yeah, Benvenuti is out there right now, so he put in the time already.
Yep.
By the looks
so
of it.
Jordi Sanders still not with the time, one of the competitors from last season as well, so quite interesting to see what he can do today.
Yeah, I think he won the GT4 race last week.
Yeah, fully correct. He was up and above on this track in the GT4 car last week, and
his Mercedes AMG.
Yep, he's putting in quite good sectors, 57.7, and we're waiting now for the last sector as well to come in to see where he will be standing.
Wow, that's really smooth. Oh wow.
Ricardo, Kushank, let's follow Jordi Sanders really in his last part of the season to see what he can do. So I feel like he will set up a quite good time.
He's already 1.72 faster? the looks of it.
Looks like it, yeah. So the gap is 2.3 seconds at the moment. 2.2 seconds gap.
Wow, that gap's just getting bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, 2.0.
Yep.
Okay, wow.
Let's see where he will end up. Coming over.
And he goes to
Fade.
P3. Oh wow,
Wow.
P3. Nice.
And 2:01.85, so that's definitely a good time for Jordi Sanders on this track. And that close to Tommy Schets. Enzo Benvenuti, 2:01.6 at the moment.
They always say save the best for last, and these guys.
Absolutely, absolutely. They are so quick. So, quali over, last times coming in at the moment. We got Chris Downing at the moment, number 5, finishing his lap. Let's see if he can progress into the top 4. Here's his last corner.
I think he's gonna put in a slightly faster time.
Looks like it. Looks like a 2:0. Yep. And he is definitely 4th place at the moment. Nicely done, Chris Downing. Okay, number 3 last season. I shot Harry at number 8 at the moment. Then we go to the last driver, Mr. Smith, Thomas Krushenk. Yep. That's it. We got it.
I think M. Breuk was on his way to a good time, but he hit the wall. I think we missed that part. But
that's a shame. Yeah. So
oh, it's a night race.
Yeah, we will start in the dark, definitely. Tommy Schets, number 1, Enzo Benvenuti at 2, Jordi Sanders 3, Thomas Krushenk 4, Chris Downing 5, Gus Dombrovskis 6, Esa Nokalainen 7, Jamie Ellis 8, Ajit Chaudhry 9, and then we got the 10, Azer van Velden. So quite good times, quite close, but as we mentioned before, that time from Tommy Schets, the 2.00, my god, that's quick here. Alright, so we got some time to spend, 4 minutes and 17 seconds as we speak. Let's have a look on a track lap from this track in a real life GT3 car.
I think we're gonna watch the track record set in 2018 by the R8 Ultra GT.
Braking late, good enough. Get down here, back to second, right-hander, and a left-hander again. Then trucking up, back to third, slowing down, almost at this point to not crash into the wall. A very tight left-hander, throttle down then we go. Up to 6. 53. Record still at this time. Well, we still can quite learn a lot, Sean. That's for
I think
sure.
you can say that again.
Absolutely, yep. So, we got 1 minute 13 left until the start of the season in this race here at Bathurst. And looking at the top 10, damn, their guys are quick. So PSI turn, seeing through the chat coming, PSI numbers on this track. So the average best PSI for this race competition is a 28-ish PSI on the track to get the fastest time, but as we mentioned before, with these tight corners it's hard to get a setup that is stable and good for every corner here. So let's see what's going on at the start here in 30 seconds. If we can get and keep all them cars on the track, and to see how the top 5 is getting away and if everybody in behind is catching up as well. Here we go. Let's go to the biggest camera that we have on track from the helicopter view. See how we go in the formation lap first to warm up the tires.
I always have to get used to with GT3 that they do a formation lap and then they do a rolling start, I believe it's called.
Yep, absolutely.
Whereas in Formula 1 they just go back to their grid position and then they wait for the lights to go out. And then the famous words are always said, it's lights out and away we go.
Absolutely, you're completely right. Yeah, it's a little different than Formula 1 that the most of you are familiar with. This is a rolling start in 2 lines after this formation and warm-up lap that we got. So Tommy Schets in number 1 at the moment, and Sebastian following in number 2, so we'll be starting on the left side of Tommy Schets and moving backwards. Sanders, Schenk, Chris Darning, Carsten Dombrovskis, Ethan Okalainen, Jamie Ellis, Ajit, Toet Harry, Asa van Velde, Eddie Oosterbrugge, Van Geffen, Argan Sulemangolu, if I'm pronouncing it right, sorry if I don't. Jeroen Weideman, Alex Smit on 15th, Arnas Morkis, sorry about that, in number 16. Emil Madsen, number 17. Then we got Arnas Monkeys again, so probably the same team they're driving for in 18. We've got Martijn Breuken, number 19. Moment. Logado starting in number 20. Ilko Hoogeveen 21. Profastar in 22nd. Anthony Pellegano 24th. Martins, P. Martins, and closing the line will be Christoph Ruijland. So there we have it, all 25 drivers starting this race. Just a little information on the track. Got a track temperature of 12 degrees, so quite cold at night. And we'll see how the rising of the sun in this track will increase, of course, track temperature and grip. So we'll see how the guys on the track at the moment will deal with that setup that they created. PSIs will create a problem or not. So it's a mandatory pit stop with refueling, I think it was, and tire change. So you're not limited to a certain time frame in this race, as it is a 90-minute race that we got going almost. So you see on the track map we are going downhill almost on the fast left, and then the first right, and then the quite slow left into start finish.
Is there an average pit time, or do the drivers don't have any influence on that?
Well, pit time standing generally is 30 seconds without fueling, so only tire change, and then on top it will be the entry and the exiting of the pit, and eventually the damage that they got, of course. So that's on average, I would roughly say around 50 seconds.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah, it's definitely not Formula 1.
Well, an average Formula 1 pit stop is what, 20 seconds, and then
yeah, depending on
the tire.
Yeah,
and then the 2.4 for the tire change.
absolutely. So we'll follow the front row of this pack to see where we're going, and then we'll ease through the field to see any action coming through.
I think we're getting there. It's almost
Yep.
time to go.
So last corner into start finish at the moment. Alright, forming lines of 2, keeping your places, and green, green, green is the word we're looking for.
Green light.
Will be here. Green light has been given. Pulling away. Tommy Schets keeping his first position at the moment. So top 3 clear. Let's follow back. There is somebody. Jamie Ellis, I think, was being hit on the side there. G3 is battling for 10th place with Eddie Osborne, keeping his position. Very nice of him. Following back, everybody clean through the corners. Looks like it. Doing Weideman a little slow in that corner. Delgado and
Something is happening because I see people shifting really fast. Did something happen up front, or?
Let me have a look. Up front we have still Tom Schet and Zo Benvenuti and Jordi Sanders. Chris Downing still in fall. Oh, he slides on the apex there.
There we go. Yep. Oh, and Chatari's almost out there.
Yep. So Chris
Let's
falling
hope he gets
back.
a safe re-entry.
Let's see if he can safely re-enter the track, and he does.
Oh,
Back. Oh, here we got Arvin and I think it's Thomas Krushenk. Yep, it is Thomas Krushenk as well.
Oh,
that's
man.
a pity. That's a pity.
Aye. Damage to the car.
Yep. Arjit just teleported back to pits, and probably Thomas Krushenk has to do that as well, as his damage will be very severe, I guess.
I hope he clears out fast, because those cars will be coming back really soon.
Yep.
Uh oh.
No,
This doesn't look good.
This is definitely a pit option that you have to take.
Okay, man, bail out. Go to the pits. Go to the pits, because they're coming for you.
Let's see this. Ooh, Martijn Breuker out there, hit by one of the guys in front. So let's see if
re-entering. Can we see if our car on the road has gone back to the pits?
So we got Ajit and Thomas Krushenk both in pit. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, nice.
So Martin Bellinger in this row as well, following Azor, Jamie Ellis and Ewan Weideman. So this is a nice battle to see with a man pack of 4 in front, quite close within just 2 seconds.
If you look at the front, you can see that there's a gap of 2.5 seconds between Tommy Schets and Benvenuti. And then Benvenuti and Sanders are far closer, but oh wow, it went up to 3.7.
Yeah.
I don't know what Schets is doing there with that car, but
he is damn quick, that's for sure. Let's see from the bonnet and the dash itself. Driving through 5th gear in this corner, quite quick. Just braking late here. Make sure you hit the apex on the inside and braking down to 2nd. Nicely done, Tommy. Nicely done. Let's see Benvenuti there. Just going through that corner set as well. Ripspeed Motorsport representing here in his BMW.
go BMW. Sanders is getting close. He almost hit his back there.
He definitely is. Still fighting with Benvenuti on this position. seconds. So let's see what's going on. Is he going to keep this position, or will Jordi Sanders be taking over? Nicely tidied through this corner. Let's see who's taking the latest point of braking here. And both are still in line for second and third. Let's see further down the road. We've got a fight going on here with Tulamangro and Madsen for 5th and 4th position. So just behind Sanders and Benvenuti. There's actually a gap which is roughly 6 seconds already. So that's top 5 is driving like crazy at the moment. So in between we got Chris Downing following back on Ilko Hoogeveen and Van Geffen. Van Geffen fighting with Ilko Hoogeveen from the inside line and is side by side after this corner, as you can see.
Ferrari might pull away, but
let's see what is going on here. You got of course the inside line for the right corner coming up, depending on the braking points, if he keeps it. Yeah. Ilko Hoogeveen giving way for this corner and being taken over actually by Chris Downing here. So this group as well fighting through this position as well. Ilko Hoogeveen, Chris Downing and Van Geffen for 9th, 10th and 11th place in this race at the moment. Let's follow back as je Oostbrugge met Breuker for position. It is 16th and 15th with Delgado. It is fighting very close at the moment with a gap of 0.4 seconds. So let's see what Madenbroek can do here with his slam that he got 1 lap back. Getting off track. Still tight through the corners. Finding his braking spot for the tight left here. And nicely done. Full throttle down the hill. In the pack of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars within 3 seconds at the moment. Nice view on the back. That was a hit on the wall there. Ilko Hoogeveen is here entering start finish. I think somebody broke into the pit. Was it Chris
Downing?
Downing
is heading into the pit.
Probably hit the wall somewhere to make repairs at the moment. Coming after start finish through the corner, followed by Pelicano, Delgado and more keys at 16th and 15th position. Hoogeveen battling Benotelainen. Quite close. Is he going to outbrake him on this corner? He has the inside line. Hoogeveen takes control of this corner full well, for sure. Moving forwards in this back, still quite close, as you can see. Driving uphill at the moment. In 10th position still, Ilko Hoogeveen, followed by Benotelainen in 11th, taking the outside line. Left the brake to take the inside line again here to come clean out of this corner as well.
It's a pretty it's funny to see that gap between Benvenuti and Sanders is pretty consistent. It's like Sanders is creeping a bit closer and then he's falling a little bit back, closer and back. It's funny, I didn't expect it. And then Schets has like a 7.6 lead on the rest of the guys, on Benvenuti and Sanders. So it's cool. It's funny to see how that's gonna end. But maybe he'll just keep this race up and then he'll take it home. We're following Hoogeveen right now, who is being chased down by Nokalainen. Sorry if I pronounced the name wrong. There's a gap between of 0.38. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Oh, he's coming closer. Might be able to overtake in a bit. final corner, heading onto the straight. Maybe you can pick up some speed and overtake him.
As you can see, sun already rising, so track temperatures will get warmer. Will result in higher PSIs depending on the setup, of course. Uphill, following Enzo Benvenuti in second. Quite close, followed by number 3. Chasing him uphill.
Oh!
Enzo Benvenuti just driving a little wide there. Finding the braking points. Nicely done. And
That's what I...
Yeah, as this is still a 90-minute race, it's a game of patience, of course.
I like to see that you can see that the drivers if the pressure is being put on, you see that the drivers are trying to squeeze out everything they can, and then eventually some mistakes start to creep in. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen like 30 minutes, 40 minutes down the line, because we're only 10 minutes in. And yeah, eventually people will start to get fatigued and they'll start to make mistakes.
Absolutely, you're completely right there. 90 minutes in this circuit is quite long coming, I can tell you that.
See, someone is asking if they can send a link. It's Madsen's Road to the 4th. I don't know exactly what they mean with can I send a link. To share the stream or...
No idea. That's a good question. So we got Anthony Pelicano chasing Brightlands here in 12th position.
Oh wow, you can see that P. Martins, I think when we started out he was around P22 and he's worked his way all the way up to P16 now.
Yep, you're absolutely right. As you can see on the left side in your screen, the little green square ones after the names, after the numbers I have to say, are the mandatory stop you have to make. So there's only one mandatory stop during this race. And you can see Chris Downing and Bollinger and Weideman and Bruskis already made that stop, but probably not due to the tires, but only to damage during a collision or a spin. So just to give you a little insight on the standings and the number 1 and green blocks that we use in this race. So we just had somebody quitting this race. That's unfortunate. That will be a DNF.
Can we see who quit?
I think it is Jeroen Weideman. No, he's still there.
It's a clip from Twitch is being said in the chat right now. If you want...
Yeah, I think he has a Twitch video that he wants to share probably.
Yeah.
That's why. Oh, here he goes.
Oh,
yep. Just a spin there. Falling back probably quite a few places as he's finding a spot to re-enter safely.
Delgado passing, Pelicano. Does it look like he has some damage on the rear of the car?
He definitely has some damage on the backside, Delgado. Pelicano making, hitting Martijn Breuker there and spinning both off track. Pelicano gaining advantage on that collision, definitely. Martijn Breuker still back. Pelicano hitting the pit, probably for repairs as well then.
I think it's okay if the Johan in chat wants to share a link for a clip for Madsen. I see no harm as long as it's nothing strange.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe you can have a look at it.
Yeah.
Oh, Meccano's in the pit.
There you go. Repair probably on his bodywork.
And Breuker's moved up to P14 together with Delgado on P13.
So here, passing Enzo Benvenuti at the moment for place number 2 in this race.
Oh, and he's passing Downing or not?
Yep.
He's lapping him.
Taking
Yep.
outside, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, Downing, of course, we saw him entering the pits one lap before. So this will be a overtake in laps as well for this race.
Downing went a little bit wide there.
Benvenuti and Saunders still in the fight for number 2 and 3 position at the moment. So that only BMW is holding quite nicely today in the lineup.
Can we get a view on Tommy Schets? It must be lonely
I think
up
so
there
too.
in the front.
There he is. Oh, we got a
Oh.
spin in front, and it's Weidemans. So the number 23rd, so they will lapping Weidemans as well. Schets catching up on Van der Velden at the moment, so that's the number 18 he's lapping at the moment already. So that lap times of Tommy Schets, oh my god, best 2.01 at the moment. So he has a gap that is ridiculously big at the moment.
It's almost 14 seconds, I think.
That's what I mean.
It's strange because as soon as the race started, he started to create that gap and it went to like 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and now he's up to 14. I'm curious to see if there's anything, if somebody's gonna try to undercut him with a pit stop or not. See if they could get out front.
Yeah, the only top 5 will be probably the only ones who are able to do it at the moment. So as they have a gap that they need for their pit stop, of course. Yeah, Tommy Schets is really quick today again. So Jordi Saunders, of course, at the moment number 2, winner of last season here at Bathurst. We'll see what he can do. And then we got Enzo Benvenuti at number 3, also finished last year at number 3. So some new guys here, Emil Madsen and Alex Smith on place 4 and 5. Driving at the moment 2:03 best times. On last lap was just 1 second slower than his quickest lap at the moment. So their pace is really in a constant line at the moment. So Alex Smith 2:03 versus the 2:03 best time at the moment. Good times here at Bathurst. As we follow back with Christophe Weidemans, who will be followed by Delgado and trying to outrun him probably here, or outbreak him I have to say here on the last corner before start finish.
I see there's been some shifts around. P. Martins went from P16 to, I think he went up a bit up in the rankings, and now he's around P19, followed by Pelicano behind him.
Yeah, we got P. Martins who is in pit at the moment, so probably as well due to a collision with the wall or a spin. Delgado we'll see here following Breitlands, who has quite severe damage on the backside, looks like. And followed by Breuker as well in number 14. So this is quite a big fight for the middle positions. Following uphill on this lap. That we have still 1 hour and 11 minutes to go in this race, so mandatory stops will probably be roughly, my estimate, around 1 hour racing time with fresh tires and the last and the latest stints to get the best results still with the hot and warm circuits.
Do we have any, do you know from your experience in last season, did we have a lot of drivers refueling, or did they just swap out the tires and go at it again?
I think with these cars that not all cars have to refuel, and the most can make it on one gas setting, as you call it. Depending on your mapping, engine mapping, and all your gas leaders that you can carry with you. So we'll see. That's interesting to see what's going on there on the pit strategy that they are implementing for this race.
Did you, as a driver, do a lot of fuel refuels, or was it just the tires and out?
Yeah, last season was only a 1 hour race at longest, so there was only a tire switch, and the option was definitely also not an option, as it was not definitely not necessary. That's taking a long time off of your pit stop, so that's saving. So still this pack here, Martijn Breuker, Delgado.
Passing Delgado, nice.
And that's still the fight for 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16th position.
Is it me, or is Assetto taking some time to adjust the position of now Breuker is switched into in front of Delgado.
Yes, it does. Definitely, you're right there. It's taking some time to get back.
Oh, I think something interesting has happened at the front. Jordi Sanders has finally passed Enzo Benvenuti into P2.
Let's have a look over there. Yep, here we are.
And there's a pretty big gap, so something happened there. I don't know what, but
yeah. So the gap is 6 seconds, almost 5 seconds now.
Can we see any damage on the car? There's nothing.
No, it looks clean. Horizon is also clean, yeah. And there is Solnus overtaking Donning, of course, because he pitted. Mischet still comfortably in front, uphill. Horizon is just taking the first part and sector of the track. And so Benvenuti following there after with Emil Madsen and Alex Smith, or Oosterbrugge as it's called in the game, depending on the name that you use. Uprights, just finding that braking point, taking a little wider here on the curb, no problem if you got it under control with your speed. Lift up, full throttle here, and braking back into the right-hander. Alright, let's see what we got going on in the midfield, as it looks like the gaps are quite close there. Emil Madsen, he followed by Alex Smith, with only a 1.5 gap. Faster with Martijn Breuker behind, chasing him for position number 13 in it. As this pack is still quite close to each other. This is an interesting fight to watch, I can tell you that. Taking the wall there a little, I guess.
By the looks of it, Delgado got back at Breuker and he passed him, and Rafa started as well.
Yeah, looks like it, right?
Yeah. But they are pretty close to each other.
So just give you the numbers at the moment. We got Delgado in 13 with a 207 last lap, faster with a 205, and Eddie Wilson with a 206. So those guys are closing in on the number 11 with a 205 lap round as well. So they are pushing, that's for sure. Like
when you say that, I
call it, keep pushing.
That's the first thing that comes up to my mind. The Ferrari engineer, I think it's Charles Leclerc's engineer, that always says, hey, keep pushing, or he says things like, we need you to push. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, those guys are so in line with their engineers, I guess. That's completely different in this class of racing, as it is the driver who is doing the racing instead of the computers anymore. So you got vibrations, go through it and drive. Those cars are built for endurance, that's for sure. GT3. Got a blue flag there. So probably that's for, let's have a look. Is it more keys or Hovenveen? That's probably. Yeah, this one more keys and it's spot 120. So he's passing here by Nokalainen and Hovenveen as the blue flag he was given there earlier.
So far, we haven't had a lot of pit stops besides the damaged caused one.
Yeah, we have quite a clean race, I have to say.
Yeah.
Got quite a lot of personal bests being driven at the moment. So the 2:01 for Tommy Schat still the quickest, 2:01.1, and then followed by Jordi Sanders 2:01.8. So they are pushing as crazy at the moment, I can tell you that.
With a gap that's gone up to 20 seconds. Wow, 20.7. I don't know what Tommy Schat is doing there with his car, but it's almost like he's driving a rocket car.
Let's enter this race as an admin and give him some weight, because this is not a fair fight. So what we got going on furthermore, the deltas all roughly the same. Van Geffen improving at the moment. And we got a gap. And the Oosterburg here with Dambruskis for 30. Martijn Breukelen was, sorry about that. Here's Van Velde here in 16. Turning downwards, braking in time, and throttle to this part. The brake here on the right moment, nothing on the left-hander into a full throttle moment. Now we have here downwards to fast right corner. What we got on? We got Arno's Monkey in pit at the moment, so that's number 15 who's falling back, so Krushenk, it's the real name in the game that he's using. So we got a gap actually of 16 seconds at the moment. Number 1 and 2 was number 3.
Ah, then Sanders is closing the gap. He's closed almost 4 seconds in.
Yep. He is catching up, that's for sure.
I think the DNF is Jeroen Weideman, or at least in chat he says, "Too bad guys got hit in the back, lap 2.
Ooh, that's a pity. Already that quick.
Ah man. Well, I don't, is he also participating in GT4 or?
I don't think so. Let me have a look for you for that one. I think, yeah, the field of the GT4 is a little smaller. So there still are places available. We got GT4. Here we go. Have to find it as we go.
Meantime,
he is definitely there. He's driving the KTM in the GT4.
Ah, nice. He's also replying in chat. Nice, thank you. Well, I asked because then I'd say, well, too bad, but hey, next week you can just do it all over again in GT4.
Absolutely, yeah. We're definitely moving up next week. It's GT4 first, as we do a rotation every other week for GT4 and GT3. So next week will be Monza coming up.
Ah, my favorite.
One of your favorites, I would say.
I love Monza, yeah.
The Temple of Speed.
The Temple of Speed. I'm not looking forward to the Formula 1 race because we kind of know what's going to happen there, but I do look forward to the...
I would say. Yeah.
I hope so, but you know, Seb and Shaw a little bit frustrated with it, and it's funny that this weekend Mattia Binotto said that it's the track that caused Ferrari to perform the way they did, but that hopefully next week they should all be be performing. You're absolutely right, Johan. Hopefully not all over again in the way that he gets knocked out in lap 2, but hopefully he'll be able to perform better in at Monza.
Yeah, I would say hope for a new engine, but it's probably not happening.
Yeah, I think Johan is referring to to what I said to Jeroen about hey, next week he's in GT4, so hopefully he can do it all over again. But I think with the all over again part, he means getting knocked out, which we don't want,
exactly.
of course.
Of course, turn 1 is dreadful if you're on the wrong side or you're braking too late. That's definitely a hard one.
I see Breuker has worked his way up to P10 now.
Yeah, he just finished his overtake on Bruinmans on 11, and he's been followed by Rafasta actually, and so we got actually Breuker in some clean air here, place 10. Got some damage on the right side, as you can see, so that's probably from that collision early on.
Jeroen says he's a magnet.
Oh well, yeah.
I don't hope so.
I don't hope so. That will be a long season then. So Tim Breuker doing his best 204 at the moment, so 206 last lap, so he is easing in with his tires probably.
Maybe we should start calling Jeroen Weideman Grosjean.
Yep, that would be a good nickname in that case.
Yeah, there he's the Grosjean of the last row season.
Yep. Breuker is getting his pace back onto his best times at the moment in clean air. Scott's just passed start finish line again, the sun was coming in. Yep, 24 seconds, so Scott's still quick and fast.
He says he's more a Magnussen than a Grosjean.
Yeah. Well, I settled for that.
Yeah.
So track racing already 17 degrees. So we're coming from the start at 12. Track state is optimum at the moment. So that's progressing steadily as we would expect in this stage of the race. Just passing start finish in 7th. Also some quite clean air until Alice in front, so 4.5 second gap. Valtteri is still being left due to his pit stop earlier on. There we have the Anthony Pellicano from Shido Racing it is.
We have Johan saying in chat, I got roasted there. No, he's joking.
Just joking, huh? So we can see people making pit stops at the moment. P. Martin's in pit still. Is he still in pit or again? That's the question at the moment.
I think he's in there again.
Yeah, looks like it.
But this could be his mandatory one.
Yeah, looks like it, but let's not hope for it that he stays there.
Well, at least the first let's say the first 14 cars are all still due to make their mandatory pit stops.
Yeah, they're still on their strategy as it looks like. So we are at the 57th minute marker left for this race. So we're approaching 10 o'clock in the morning as the time has progressed. So I think it was a time multiplier of 4 or 3, if I'm not mistaken.
The time gap between Australia, you mean?
No, in this race, the time multiplier being set, so times 4 actually. Easiest way to put it. So we got Madsen, we got Oostbruggen in 5th, Ellis van Greffelhoven, Nokelainen and Breuker finishing up top 10 at the moment. Well, somebody hit here the debris. It's quite an interesting place to put it.
Johan in chat is saying Danish racing isn't the best. Well, then you might have found the right league to join, because at least you can show off your skills here.
And we got Shank entering pits, just spawned here in front of Pelicano. So he's fallen back to 22nd position at the moment. Pelicano cleaning up his lap through start finish. We got here Hogeveen fighting with Nokelainen in 8th and 9th position, broken, finally up in 10th. We got a 12th with Rafastar and 13th. Still all on that mandatory pit window at the moment. So depending on their tire condition, of course, how they will fill it. We will probably see some big gaps forming after when those pit windows will be hit in this race. We'll see roughly within the next 20-25 minutes people diving in the pits if I'm correctly predicting those windows. So let's see what's happening there in the next 25 minutes. Water will go Hogeveen, 8th place being chased actually by Nokelainen, 0.4 gap, so he is steadily on his tail. Well, this isn't the part to
Am I missing something? Or is Pay Martin still in the server? I can't see him.
No, he actually quit it, so it will be a dead wall finish for
another DNF, unfortunately.
Yeah, this track is unforgiven with the wall, I can tell you that one.
Is there actually, can you damage the car, or can you total the car to put it that way that you can't proceed with the race?
Yeah, you have an option completely to total wreck your car. Now you can teleport back to the pit, but that will give you a time penalty of, I think it was 1 lap. So you will definitely never end up higher in rankings when you create that kind of damage, of course.
Okay.
Hogeveen, here we go, the first mandatory pit stop with the Nokelainen. That means Martijn Breuker will be moving into position 8. As he hits start finish. Yep, here we go. So that are the first of the top 14 with the mandatory stop. Quite interesting to see, as you see Hogeveen pulling in pit there with his damage, if he's going to repair that damage or if he is going to go into his pit stop time. Delgado, 12, still having to do the mandatory pit. Chasing more keys.
I think they always say it's lonely at the top. I see Schet is still leading the pack, and can you see the gap between him and Sander? So is it 28.1?
Yeah, something like that. You're right.
Wow.
Yeah, it is 23 already. So
if he keeps this up, he'll get a free pit stop, to put it that way.
Yeah, he is quick here, that's for sure.
Another blue flag.
Yeah, it's probably from an overtake from the left. We got from...
Oh, Rafastar going a bit wide there.
Still, yeah. More keys, and that's the number 19 probably in the line that he has to overtake here. Let's see if he is giving the window an opportunity to overtake here. Should be. As it is the downstream turn. Back in GT3's car. 20th. Unlucky at the time with his crash that we saw earlier in this race. Can he do anything still as he has completed his mandatory pit for his tire change? That's the question for him today. If I'm not mistaken, driving from India.
I think so.
Overtaking with the blue flag there.
And Sanders is heading into the pit.
Is he? Wow. There we go. Mandatory stop for Sanders. Let's see how he comes back on track.
I can see Martin's car there in the pit, so I think it's a DNF.
Yep. Let's see what Jordi Sanders is doing with his pit stop compared to Benvenuti, who was 23 seconds behind there. Let's follow Benvenuti as that's progressing through start finish. Here he comes, last corner. Yeah, he definitely will enter up front for Sanders, but don't forget Enzo Benvenuti still has to give and clear that mandatory pit stop at the moment.
I think if Sanders only does a tire change, that's around what 30 seconds. So he should, if he heads out back, end up around what P5, P6, something like that.
Yeah, depending definitely on the times and strategies of the other guys in the top 10. Let's see what Benvenuti is doing now to Jordi Sanders. Jordi Sanders just driving out of pit, so that's definitely more than, I would say, 40 seconds.
Yep.
Emil Madsen, number 4, just straight up. Then we got those guys, Breuker in
P7.
position 7, still doing the mandatory stop, of course, just pulling around start finish here. He's pushing through with his lap.
Sanders P5.
Yeah, 6. He will be
P6.
just,
Yeah.
just around this corner. He will be on track. And there he is already on top of the hill, so that gap is quite sufficient for Jordi Sanders, who has just completed his mandatory pit stop there.
We don't need no fancy Amazon Web Service calculations on where people land. We can just do like basic math and say like, oh, he'll be there between P5, P6.
Exactly. Jordi Sanders just hitting the top of the mountain there, downwards on the braking pad here, into the left corner. He's hitting the inner side of the apex. Back to second, throttling up after this corner, back to fourth actually if you're doing it right, and then hitting that brakes again onto that tight left-hander here into second gear again. And full throttle out downhill until the fast rider. Ooh, we got a drive-through for Krushink in position 23. So there happens something with track limits, I would say.
Oh.
A drive-through that will take you easily 30-40 seconds off on track. Well, we got Delgado here and Morkis that's just been overtaken. Smith in 20 seconds. At a 4-lap gap already to the number 1. Tommy Schets at the moment, so you can imagine how quick that guy is on this track.
Has he improved his best lap, or is he still on a 201?
He's still on the 201s, 1.7. So he's quick, and he's on average a 202, a 203 every lap. And that's only with Emil Madsen, who is competing with the same track times almost.
We're
see what Jordi Sanders can make up with pushing at this moment, as he knows the top 3 still has to hit.
We're getting a little message from Jeroen Weideman saying that your microphone is a bit low.
Oh, is it? Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if you've positioned the microphone. Is it away from your mouth, or maybe you could put it a bit closer?
Yeah, or just open up the microphone volume, so as now. That would help as well.
Oh wow, I hear you. I already heard you better, but now it's almost like you're sitting next to me.
Loud and clear. Okay. So, only top 3 still mandatory pit, or sorry, top 4 mandatory pitting at the moment. Chris Downing just had a mandatory stop and fall back, of course, due to his crash in the first stint of his race. And we got Bruidlands, Ravaster and Delgado still mandatory pitting, and Martijn Breuker as well in P6.
Those green blocks are taking over, so
yep.
I'm curious to see what's gonna happen when like the front of the pack is almost only the front of the. Yeah, we have like a few outliers, but the front of the pack needs to head in soon, I think.
Yeah, they are pushing almost to the hour at the moment with the tires, so that's quite interesting to see how much longer they will use those tires instead of bidding for new ones and just driving almost half an hour with no tires. So that's optimum, I would say, at the moment.
Your volume has improved according to you. So
Nice.
thanks for letting us know, Jeroen.
So yeah, 203 at the moment is the quickest lap that they're driving, the latest laps. So 201 still the quickest lap of the race. So that's quite quick. Let's see what people are doing at the moment. So 204 for the number 2 and 3. Emil Madsen and Alex Smith. And we got a 205s on average at the moment for Jamie Ellis. Jordi Sanders also a 203, and everything behind is falling back to 206. So that will say Martijn Breuker, Jordi Ellis, Jamie Ellis, sorry, and Oosterburger that the tires will come to an end if I will looking at their times. So they're dropping down in lap times at the moment compared to what they were doing at best times.
We're getting Sam Stevens in chat says, I like cars. Well, we like cars too. Thank you for saying that, Sam Stevens.
Well, I can tell you, we have a lot of variety in cars today.
Jeroen Weideman also says, everything for a good stream of last row racing. Definitely.
Yeah. Well, I would say, Jeroen, next time we'll finish up with a podium, right?
In the Temple of Speed.
In the Temple of Speed of Monza. That's for sure. Right, Madsen here in second.
Oh wow, that gap is 63 seconds between Tommy Schets and Madsen.
Yep.
So he could just basically go into the pit and still end up first.
Yep. That's ridiculous. That's so quick. So Alex Smith in pit at the moment as we speak. So number 3 is, it's Eddie Oosterbruggen. He has a different name in the Roadcaster tool that we use, so that's interesting to see. So Jordi Sanders, Benvenuti, all both pitted their mandatory stops, and Tommy Schets as well. So only Madsen and Oosterbruggen are heading for that pit stop still. Quite interesting to see.
Breuker has head in as well, I see. So we only have indeed Delgado, Ravastar, Oosterbruggen, Ellis. We see in chat, Jeroen Weideman replies to our podium comment around Monza, so he says, who knows? And Sam Stevens says, he's laughing, he says, I'm here supporting Jay Ellis.
Well,
man,
I can tell you,
good supporters in chat.
That's still a P3 at the moment. Well, mandatory pits still have to come for E. Madsen and Jay Ellis, so we'll see what he can do. Let me see what that gap is at the moment. With Jordi Sanders. So that's only a 13-second gap. That will definitely not be enough at the moment.
I think we have another DNF.
Yeah, we got one.
I can't see Arjit in the rankings. Is he out?
Yeah, we got Martin Beldinger and P. Martins, Arnold Marquis and Jeroen Weideman out of this race, unfortunately.
Yeah, so Arjit is also out, right?
No, he still is driving, if I'm correctly.
I cannot.
Is he in pit? No, he is out. Yeah, you're completely right.
DNF. Yeah, I saw something around his ping being higher than normal, so that's probably why he had to drop out.
Yeah, I think the game as well prevents you for driving up a certain ping, as he is of course from India, and this can be a problem sometimes.
Saunders going a little bit wide there. Jeroen Weideman asks, is the list upside down?
Well, that's an interesting question. On board with Anthony Pelicano here in 16th position.
We only have 4 pit stops left.
Yep. This is interesting. Let's see if we can go to Jamie Ellis in seconds. So probably he will fit it in one of the following laps now. Followed by Jordi Sanders, who is just turning in the last corner for the top of this hill, where Jamie Ellis is actually already facing his last corner for moving downwards, as we see now. So we got in pit at the moment. Delgado coming in. Interesting to see if he's going to repair his damage that he got.
Wow, he's got a lot of damage.
Yep. I think he's created quite a few holes there. So the next one to watch at the moment is Jamie Ellis, who has the pit still. Chris Downing passing start finish there in position 10th at the moment. So only Delgado in front of him, so that's quite interesting to see if he will catch up there. Oosterbrugge going up into the third left-hander there. Now we go to Jamie Ellis. Yeah, entering pit. That will be interesting to see Jordi Sanders entering his last corner there for start finish. So Ellis will definitely be falling back. Let's see Benvenuti as well, where he is coming down. Coming downwards for the fast right-hander. This will be an interesting one to watch if he will be in front.
Did he have any damage, Ellis? Or?
I don't know. Let's see. Doesn't look like it. Only maybe in front a little.
Little bit, yeah. But I think
there, he's starting up his car again.
Oh, this is going to be a tight one. He might end up P3.
So Pelicano passing just start finish. And Venuti start finish. This is the one to watch at the moment for Jamie Ellis. Will he make it? Oh, no. Still in pit. That's not a good sign.
Uh-oh.
That's not a good sign. What's happening there? So his pit stop at the moment already 32 seconds. Rafasta also overtaking Jamie Ellis here. Benvenuti as well. So
in this case, Rafasta is the only one that hasn't gone in yet.
Yep, and there we got Jamie Ellis back on track. So that took quite a little longer than expected.
Yeah, if Ellis can increase his gap, then he might be able to get a. I don't know what I'm saying. Never mind. I looked wrong.
Yeah, he would be interesting to see if he will end up in front of Rafasta.
Yeah.
That's the thing to say at the moment, I would say. So the gap is 4 seconds, if I'm not incorrect there.
Between Ellis and Madsen, I think 4.6.
4.6 is it? Yeah, 4.6. And then it's 12 to Madsen. So that's a 17 seconds gap between Rafasta and Ellis. So that should be not enough for Rafasta to be overtaken by Jamie Ellis there. And then we got all those mandatory stops completed. So Smith is following there. Let's see if Rafasta will take the pit stop this lap. Fast right-hander turning into the close left for making the right turn for his last corner into start finish. And he is pitting as predicted. So let's see, this will be an interesting one. Let's follow Jamie Ellis here, coming into his last corner. Definitely will have enough pace there to get in front of Rafasta. Alex Smith as well, so Oosterbrugge it is in the game. And Van Geffen as well, overtaking Rafasta. So Rafasta will be probably falling back till position 10 or 11 if it looks like it at the moment. Tommy Schets is of course number 1, so it doesn't count in there. Let's see, Rafasta still in pit. Suleimangolu is in 10th and turning into his final for start finish now, and we got Rockstar exiting the pits at the moment. No, still not. Is actually off the tricks at the moment and exiting the pit. Here we go. Suleiman still passing it, and then we got Eddie Oosterburger. This will be the close one for Martijn Breuker. Is he overtaking Rockstar there with the pit? Rockstar exiting the pit. No, just not close enough. Just Martijn Breuker coming out of the corner there, following Rockstar for 9th position. It will be an interesting fight. Both on new tires, of course.
Has Tommy Schets been able to put in a new time with fresh tires?
No, still in a 2:01.1.
Wow.
Yeah, he's still quick, but still managing the pace.
Alrighty. Let's see what's gonna happen here. We see that the gap between Ravastar and Breuker is closing in. Breuker is only 2.8 seconds out. So let's see if we're gonna get some action in here in a bit, and if there's gonna be an overtake. If we look at the gap between Ravastar and Suleimanoglu, I'm not seeing the timing right now. Hopefully we will see that in a bit. 18 seconds.
Well, what we got here, Rofstar still in 10th position, Breuker chasing him in 11th. We got 34 minutes on the clock.
The gap was 2.8 and now Breuker's gotten the gap to 1.7, so if he keeps this up then he'll be able to overtake him in a bit.
Ooh, this will be interesting for the season, as he probably will be a contender for the competition, I guess.
Do you award points to within the top 10 or is it less?
Well, it's actually even more. I think it is the top 20 will score points
really?
during this race. Yeah, to make it more interesting, the LRR Racing team decided this season the top, I think it was 20 that we decided on, will be getting points. So also fighting for position until 20th position will be worth it then.
Nice. And how much points does the number 1 get?
I think, if I'm saying correctly, let me double check before I say it. It was the same as in our GT4 competition at the moment. And that's a 60-point score for the first position at the moment. P1, 60, then we got 53 for P2 and 47 P3. And it's all the way in the actually it's all the way up till 22nd position you get points in this race.
Oh, nice.
So actually everybody finishing today will be ending up with points. That's nice for the competition, of course.
Yeah, that's nice, because that way at least the drivers keep on performing instead of saying, oh, I'm out of the top 10, I'm not gonna get any points.
Absolutely, yeah.
Keep the fight going, nice.
So what we got, Tommy Schets still a 201. Interesting to see if he can improve. That actually means that during practice he was quicker.
Yeah.
That's strange, because track temperature was probably less than now. Track is 25 and racing.
Do the cars here have a party mode as well for quality, or is it the same engine mode?
You got, well, actually that's interesting to say that you got a couple of options that you can choose from, like presets that they use in this game. That's a safe setup and aggressive setup, and of course you can tweak them little aerodynamic settings or brake biases, etc, but there are presets that are actually quite good, and I know a lot of guys actually only drive at those presets here.
Oh, nice.
So everybody entering this sim racing competition or sim racing in general, there are way enough reasons to start just with the normal presets and to learn from there.
I'm taking notes. So.
Very nice, very nice. Alright, we got Esa Nokelainen there in 13th position, being chased by Van der Velden in 14, so that's quite a good chase going on there. Let's see if we got still Ten Brugger in 11th position. And so we are on board with A. Oostenbruggen just overtaking their Smith, who has been 20th, so that will be a lap overtake at the moment. And then we can see, I think it's Van Geffen behind coming up there, also getting probably booth next for Smith. Ah, even getting into the pits, so he's clear of that. Yeah, Van Geffen in 7th position with a 1.8 second gap there for position 7. Also Jamie Ellis, 5th position at the moment with a gap of 4.9 until Madsen at the moment in 4th position, chasing up the hill with that quick right-hander coming up.
Curious to see if Ellis will be able to make a move on Madsen again to get back his old spot. Because the race is basically, the top 3 is basically to the way the race started. Shortly after Saunders overtook Benvenuti, and we're still in that same spot again.
Yep. Right.
See that the midfield is also.
Yeah, you can see here Saunders is catching up on Breuker, so overtaking, lapping him for the 2nd time at this, I guess, due to his pit stop. And then it's Smith in 20th position, also being led by Saunders as well.
Did Smith come out the pit?
Yeah, he just pitted, just this previous lap. Probably from some damage, I guess. So the number showing next to the name is not actually the racing position, if you're wondering. No, that's the ping in the game that you got from your computer driving in this league. So that's the ping towards your internet connection.
You mean the numbers after the car logo?
Exactly. No, sorry, in the name in the screen itself. If you see Saunders has a 14, a 15 now. That's the ping number, response ping.
Okay.
So
the red box is the safety rating?
No, that's the car number actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So there you have it. So the brand, the car number, the mandatory pit, and the amount of laps or the gap in between cars, and then we got in screen the name with the ping. So there you have it all. More keys.
Flag
in 90.
Let numbers pass.
Yep. Blue flag there. Trying, probably knowing him, to follow Saunders around. But probably also quite jealous of the pace that Saunders has here in this Nissan. Tommy Schetz, number 1, still 30 laps in at the moment, 27 minutes to go. Driving as fast as ever, 2:02 last lap. Just ridiculous on this track. Just ridiculous.
Do you guys award extra points for fastest lap?
Yeah, actually we do. The fastest
nice.
lap in the race will get an extra competition point.
Nice.
So that's nice to see. Going left here and then full throttle back till this close, tight left corner here. Coming up. Braking early and nicely. Not to hit the wall here and spin out with an oversteer. Interesting to see that Tommy Schetz is actually driving first with a Honda at the moment. I don't... In my knowledge, the Honda is not the typical car to use for this track, that's why. So Jamie Ellis with the Audi in 5th position still, being chased by A. van Oostenbruggen behind, and Van Geffen in 7th with only a 2-second gap, a 0.2 second gap at the moment. Alex Smits, Even Oosterberg, I think he is filling in for somebody, that's the reason why. He's been showing up with our system with a different name. Jordi Sanders after Rasta, blue flag as you can see on the right side. Overtaking him here and lapping him on the straight, easy peasy, straight ahead into the fast right-hander. Wouter Madsen all by himself there, Breuker being chased now by Smith, but that is for the overtake in the lap before. Fast start here by Sanders being overtook. And entering start finish to see what the gap with Tommy Schets is at the moment. Let's have a look. There we go. Well, that says it all. That gap. It's not showing anymore. Ah, we got a yellow flag. Ah, back on track again. Somebody turned right probably. So 2:01.179 was his best lap record at the moment. Tommy Schets just drove a 2:01.947, so very, very close to his ultimate lap time at the moment. Jordi Sanders still trying to chase. Uphill here. See Benvenuti how he's doing, just entering start finish, so you can see that gap until uphill moment is also quite big. So if Emil Madsen is the closest contender to Benvenuti, can chase him down, the 24 minutes left in this race will end up in probably, if nothing crazy happens, never say crazy, in other spots, but Tommy Schets and Jordi Sanders in 1 and 2.
Van Geffen in the pit? In the pit? Looks like it.
Have a look. Sorry, Sean, you're saying who was pitting?
Is Van Geffen in pit?
Van Geffen. Let's have a look there. Yep, he just pitted.
He's dropping down to P9.
Probably then he hit a wall or some way, and he's falling down quickly now as Brightlands is chasing up downhill at the moment. Let's see what's going on there, if he can still make it.
I see Jeroen Weideman. Oh, he's dropping in. Is he gonna be a...
Yeah, Chris Downing as well in pit at the moment. So probably, yeah, due to damage on the front side. That's a pity for him. Let's have a look there for Brightlands. What he can do is coming into the last corner before start finish.
I don't see any damage to Downing's car.
Yeah, that's the thing, huh?
Yeah, and Van Geffen, can we switch to him?
Yeah, still in pit, so that will even put him back even more at the moment.
Well, I hope it doesn't become a DNF, otherwise...
He had such a good race until now.
Yeah. Jeroen Weideman in chat says, I'll translate it as because I can, because this is in Dutch. It doesn't surprise me that he is driving on top again. So I think he's referring to Tommy Schets leading the pack again.
Yeah, I think Jeroen Weideman is quite familiar with Tommy Schets from last season and Jordi Sanders as well and Benvenuti. So that top 3 is quite, not for us, not quite interesting to see, but it's still quite interesting to see compared to all the new people in this league, how they will reflect on their times, on their lap times. So that's still quick eyes. So Even Oosterbrugge is still with a 7.8 second gap to Jamie Ellis at the moment. So Van Geffen is still in the pit. Yeah, that's a pity. I think it will be in DNF.
I think as well.
I think it will be in DNF. 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 I think it will Then we got Chris Downing falling back until 15 due to this pit stop. Rafa Star still looking like he has the front damage at the moment, so he probably did not repair it there. Breuker catching up on Rafa Star for position number 8. Ooh, there he spun oversteer. So Martijn Breuker in position 9 just went up position 8.
Besides the small hiccup Breuker had in the beginning, he's been driving a pretty clean and consistent race.
Yeah, absolutely. Just that hit that he had on top of the mountain, I guess it was. For the rest, he's driving clean, absolutely. Well, we got a lot of people
wow,
in there today.
You know, man is making a joke in chat. He says, "That's a pity. He's still in pit."
That's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah. Well, do we got? Yeah. I think that's a DNF. Oh, Vergeff is back. No, he's back. I'm not saying DNF, he's back on track. So that was a real long damage repair probably. For Vergeff, but still driving at 19. So can he make 18? What's the gap at the moment? 10 seconds. Ooh. The Pelicano. Then he has to push quite good at the moment. 90 minutes left in this race.
I wonder what A. Smith has been doing if Geffen has ended 19 and Smith is in 20.
Yeah.
Because he was in pit for so long, you would have expected Smith to at least be 19 and Geffen be 20.
Yeah, absolutely true. Absolutely true there. See, so we are at 5 laps for the last driver still driving. A. Smith 4 laps now, is just passing start finish. So 4 laps at 202, 203 average. Well, that's 8 minutes plus, I would say. Quicker in the moment overall. That's a lot on this track. So that's also showing the various levels of drivers that we got on this track and in this competition, which makes it quite a good learning curve of so to be in the last 10 positions, I would say. That is a close field, and the top 10 as well. But the outstanders for today, definitely Tommy Schetz, Jordi Sanders and Enzo Benvenuti in the top 3.
It looks like Rafa Star is increasing the gap, is creating is closing the gap between him and Breuker.
Yeah, 2.7 at the moment. That's interesting if he can catch up there.
Maybe Van der Velde might be able to overtake Nokalainen. Looks like a 0.6 gap.
Yeah, let's have a look over there what's going on. So that's quite also a fight going on with Nokalainen there in 11th position. Interesting to see how this will evolve during the race. 17 minutes left at the moment.
That car's just screaming.
Yeah, that Porsche.
Oh, he's getting closer.
Yeah, oh, definitely is. Nice drive there through that combination. Van der Velde. Braking late. Nokalainen just turning in a little late. Let's see if we can follow that one. We can, of course, because we have controls. Let me see which position that was. That was 11th. still. Van der Velde chasing up there. Let's see if he can overtake this lap on Nokalainen. Nokalainen a little missing the apex. Just nice turn.
There he's going,
Yeah.
come on!
He has to lead. Yeah, he has to give away here because this is definitely not the place to overtake on this track. So only the downhill section will be beneficial for him. This is just chasing and pressuring. So 0.3 gap at the moment.
Oh,
Oh, there he goes.
Oh,
Ravijn just spun.
Aye.
Dropping back at least to fill 14th position at the moment. Alright, Nokalainen feeling the pressure here from Van der Velde. Trying not to make the mistakes. Breaking into this tight left-hander. And full throttle. Having a good exit here. Getting into the downstream. Still close gap. A pack with all the drives in front. If you saw it just over the hill.
Yeah.
So this can go in either way. Turning. Oh, taking the inside line like. Ooh, just a little wide there. Nokalainen for start-finish line, and then we got Breuker, Rafstar and Nokalainen in front, fighting for positions 7, 8 and 9. So that was Limangolo, Breuker and Rafstar.
Well, he's after this corner they're hitting that big, that long straight, so that might be the perfect spot to get him.
Yeah, outbraking him in the inner side of the turn. That would be my opinion to take him.
Come on.
He's catching up here, taking the slipstream.
Keep pushing, come on.
And inside line, outbraking. Ooh, collision!
Nope. That's not good.
That's not the deal. I would say Van der Velde, unfortunately, gentleman's agreement, have to give back this position here, but let's see if he does. Probably not. Nah. He doesn't do it, unfortunately. Okay, let's have a look at the fight in front. Ten Breuker is here in 8th, clear of Rafa Star still. Yep. So probably one of both made an error in braking. So the car in behind is missing that turn as well as Rafa Star, so that will end up with some damage for him.
Little bounce off the wall.
Yeah. They can paint a lot of holes here after a race, I can tell you. So what we got, small gap somewhere, let me have a look. So the 1 till 6 is actually quite big. So we got a yellow flag there, I don't know why, but Mr. Brugge got that yellow flag as well. Let's go through the field. What we can see, Limangolo is just catching up here. Just controlling that throttle as well. Breuker here in position 8, driving actually really nice for his first time in this Nissan for this season, as coming from Ferrari last season. Oh, we got Ezo Nokalainen in pit, so that damage that he had there with Van der Velde was quite severe probably.
I think Delgado might be able to overtake Bruilands in a bit.
Yep, they are fighting definitely for 12th position at the moment. Let's see what will result on this attack. Probably closing the gap, taking the slipstream and outbraking in the next fast right-hander.
Let's see if the same will happen between Nokalainen and Van der Velde.
This will be a copy-paste then. Nah, the gap is too big at the moment, so that probably will not happen. So he will be stuck for this middle sector behind the Bruilands for position 12. clear the grip.
If he gets him here, that's some pretty good driving.
Absolutely, yeah. This track is definitely not made for overtaking here in this part. Controlling the throttle is one of the most key positions here, and braking on time to get this car, keep this car actually on track and in pace. That's why you also see a very numbers of lap times going around from 2:01s until 2:20s at the moment. So that wall is definitely playing parts in some people's laps and damages. Delgado, let's see what's going on here in this fast right-hander coming up. If he can outbrake him on that tight left turn coming up afterwards. No, still too far away for that one. Just taking the pace on throttle, not oversteering, hitting that apex on the side. Ooh, he tries it, but still too far in that gap. Delgado racing for D-Tech Racing Team, as he stated, with entry of this competition.
I think Rafa Star is got overtaken by Van der Velde, or he's gonna overtake Van der Velde if he keeps on pushing like this.
Let's have a look there. Yeah, they're also fighting for position. A number, I think it is
P9.
9 and 10, huh? Yeah, it's 9 and 10.
Yeah.
So this is quite interesting fight still going on here. So Jamie L is still in 5th. Let's switch over to him. He is behind Tommy Schets in number 1, so he's been overlapped actually again. Tommy Schets is actually driving like madness on this track with a 2:02 last lap, so that guy is one to watch for the next few races. Dorisana is just pulling over start finish here in 2nd position, so that's quite a big gap as well. Benvenuti just downhill until start finish, quite a big gap. Madsen is only 8 seconds behind Enzo Benvenuti. Can he probably do something still? Let's have a look. So 2:04 last lap for Emil Madsen, where Enzo Benvenuti also had a 2:04.6 versus the 2:04.1 from Emil Madsen.
Looks like the gap between Delgado and Bruyland is growing, but we might be able to see Dombruskis overtake Morkis, I think.
Yeah, still the gaps are still equal to Delgado.
Yeah.
For 04 and 06.
Oh, that was nice.
Yep, nice steering there. Switch back to Delgado. Yeah, on the straight up. Got a blue flag. So probably who is behind him? Chris Downing. Yeah, Chris Downing it is. In his Bentley. Yeah, Bentley it is this season as well. So where are the small gaps? Delgado still 0.8.
And Morkis.
And Morkis, yeah. So he's got the blue flag for Madsen and Schets. Morkis is in 15, just pulling over start finish here. Dombruskis in 14th position with a 1.4 gap now, so that's also still ongoing fight. Let's move back. Delgado still downwards after Madsen, but he's actually catching up for Bruyland in 11th position. So that's the blue flag Madsen car. Brightlands is in front in the Aston. And the Oosterbruggen is not actually driving, that's Breuker of course. In 8th position, clean air for him, with 6 minutes on the clock. So his 5th opponent has a 28-second gap. That's probably not something he can make up in this last few minutes, as he is definitely pushing for the 18-second gap with A van Oosterbruggen. Go here to and Delgado. Delgado of course will get the blue flag in a bit. Here we go, on the right side you'll see the blue flags coming through. For Delgado, just let Ellis pass so he can go and continue the fight with Madsen in 4th position just up front. 8-second gap there. Sorry, 1.7 second gap it is of course.
That might actually become...
Depending now on Delgado what he's going to do, if he's going to pass him or not. That's interesting to see. Because this is not the best way to pass here. Pass. I would say pass, let him pass, no?
As Charles Leclerc's engineer would say, let Ellis pass, let Ellis pass.
We go to strat 8, and let Ellis pass.
Push. We need you to let him pass.
Delgado still pushing, he's probably thinking of to keep in line with Madsen and Benvenuti in front there. Still getting those blue flags. Yeah, and here he lets pass on the inside. Nicely done, sir.
Nice.
Right, so the fight for Emil Madsen and Jamie Ellis in 4th and 5th position continues here with a 1.8 still in the gap.
Nokolainen is closing in, or he overtook Morkis, I think. Because the last I saw the gap was 0.37 and I think he overtook him just now.
Yep, he did definitely. Morkis is just behind with a 0.9 gap there. Yeah, he does definitely overtook him. Let's go back to the fight that we had with Emil Madsen and Jamie Ellis. Still a 1.8.
By the looks of it, Downing and Delgado might have a little fight on their hands.
Yep, I think Downing already passed him. Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
Should be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Delgado falling back here. That's a pity for him. 1.2. We got Ellis at 2.1 at the moment, also falling a little back. And we got Morkis at 16th position with Nokalainen. So he's also a couple of movements that are an option. And who's coming up there behind him? I think that's Jordi Sanders. Yep, that's Jordi Sanders coming up. Giving the blue flag, giving him room. Nicely done. 2nd position for Jordi Sanders. After Tommy Schrets with that immense gap that he created.
Is Sanders' best lap 2:01.89?
No, that's the 2:01.17 at the moment.
2:01.17. And Schrets is?
Schrets at the moment has... Sanders has a 2:01.8 and Tommy Schrets has a 2:01.1. I just turned it around. So they're quite competitive on the best laps at the moment. So both driving in the 2:02s and the 2:03s. But still that gap is immense. The amount of time in between that gap is just not something he can make up anymore, I guess, in this 2-minute race. Alright, let's look. Do we have a fight going on somewhere? It looks all quite clean. Ellis in 5th, pushing as crazy as trying to catch up for 4th position with Madsen. With Madsen being held up with a overtake on Brightlands that is actually in 11th position. So we got the final lap call from Tommy Schrets.
Final lap. Nice. We're getting a compliment from Jeroen Weideman. Great stream, guys. Like the community last row racing. Thank you, Jeroen Weideman. Yeah, thanks for participating in chat.
and of course driving.
And driving.
Most of all. So
Looking forward to him on Monza next week.
the Temple of Speed with Jeroen Weideman. Okay, we've got Madsen here being followed by Bruit. It was Bruitlands, right? Yeah, it was Bruitlands. In the 11th position. Was trying to get the slipstream. Jamie Ellis in just behind Bruitlands. So this will be probably the final lap if I'm right. So for position 4th and 5th.
Yeah.
And he still got the blue flag, so he should clear quite quickly now to make any chance for that 4th position.
Come on, let him pass, let him pass.
Ooh, yeah, ooh, turning wide.
Ooh.
Well, that's one way to do it. And the fight is on, I would say. Last couple of corners.
He's been driving a great race. This is his chance. Get him.
This is the one that he wants. The number 4 position for this race here in Bathurst. One second gap. No DRS enabled, unfortunately.
Jeroen Weideman is feeling the pressure for next week.
I can imagine.
I think Tommy Schets is about to pass the finish, or did he already pass?
Yeah, let's have a real quick look. Yeah, here he is, last corner. So, Tommy Schets, congrats on this victory here in Bathurst. He definitely will be seen.
Nicely driven.
Yep. Jordi Sanders just going downhill. Let's move Hill back quick. Yeah, no, couldn't make it. Unfortunately, Jamie Ellis 5th position, nicely done, sir, and Emil Madsen 4th as well. Close, tight fight, but damn, it wasn't there, unfortunately. Jordi Sanders just finishing up. We got Alex Smith just turning in last lap. Just having start finish here in 6th. Then we got Kogan Suleimanoglu, sorry for the pronunciation if it's not wrong. In 7th, newcomer, new driver in this season. So nicely done, sir, to you. Just passing start finish here. Yeah, taking the time. That's what I would do. 8th position, Martijn Breukers. Very nicely done as well.
Keep pushing, keep pushing.
Asa van der Velde in 8th. 9, Raf Vaster. Also quite nicely done with the pit stop he had to do due to his damage probably early on in this race. Pelicano 16, Downing in 11. Probably he will be a little disappointed if I knew him for this result. But still, P11, nicely done. So we got almost everybody over the line. Van der Velde and Pelicano coming over here. Finished both. Rafa Star in 9th position. Nicely done as well. And that's all. We got 20... Was it 21 drivers actually finishing this race out of 24? Chris Downing, yeah.
I'm so stupid. That's a Charles Leclerc reference. That's from Baku when he hit the wall last year.
Oh, he's familiar, I heard. Congrats, Tommy. Yep, absolutely, Tommy. Nicely done again. And Enzo falling back to 3. Jordi Son is probably a little disappointed as I know him with the gap that he has left here with Tommy Schets. Everybody celebrating their victory lap. Yeah, I can imagine this was heavy. 90 minutes, Bathurst. Nicely done to y'all. Alright, I think we're there, Sean.
That's it. I think, yeah, it was a pretty nice and exciting race.
Absolutely. Looking forward till next race in Monza in 2 weeks' time for the GT3 season.
I cannot
So,
wait. I want.
what?
Thank you for having me. This was really
Absolutely.
fun.
Just one last prediction for Monza. What's your top 3? Seeing this race?
Well, obviously, Jeroen is going to outperform. I mean,
Absolutely true.
I honestly don't know. I haven't been around long enough to know what these drivers will do. But if Tommy Schets and Jori Sanders put this down here today, I think they'll probably do the same. Oh, Ravastar.
Yeah, his outlap. Well.
Yeah, his outlap.
Okay, if I have to give this prediction, top 3 next lap race on Monza will be Jordi Sanders 1, Tommy Schets 2, Chris Downing 3. There you have it.
Nice, I can't wait.
And on that note, we'll say till next week.
Till next week?
Till next week. No,
till next week.
Till next week, in 2 weeks time.
You're doing GT4.
Yeah, I'm driving next week.
Yeah.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for donating if you did. I heard some rings going on.
Thanks for the chat, everybody for participating.
Yep, absolutely. See you in 2 weeks time. GT3 Monza coming up.